Hello Green Bay Packers fans. This is Oliver Smith bringing you another exciting update. Welcome friends. Before starting the video, we ask you to leave a comment below. Your opinion is super important to our work. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video to may we continue creating amazing content. Thank you very much. The Green Bay Packers defeated the Miami Dolphins on Thanksgiving night, but the team's performance on the field left head coach Matt Lafleur visibly frustrated. The reason? Defensive penalties. In total, there were 4 offside or neutral zone infractions that, although they did not cost the game against the Dolphins, represent a recurring problem that concerns both the coaching staff and the fans. One of those penalties nullified an important sack by Rashawn Gary and Kingsley Enagbare on quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. Another, committed by Teddarrell Slayton during a field goal attempt, gave the Dolphins 5 yards, allowing them to successfully convert a crucial 4th down. Despite not being decisive against Miami, these mistakes caught Lafleur's attention, and he did not hold back in addressing the issue during the post-game press conference. "It's really frustrating," the coach vented. "You've got to be aware. I think we have to practice more. I've got to bring the referees into practice to tell when a guy is offside. I told these guys, and obviously, just saying it is not enough." According to the coach, these execution errors not only hurt the team's performance but also threatened to jeopardize the Packers' chances in tighter games, such as the upcoming match against the Detroit Lions. The showdown against the Lions will be a crucial test for the Packers. Detroit leads the division and has shown impressive consistency this season, with an explosive offense and a solid defense. Penalties like those that occurred against Miami could be fatal in a game that promises to be tightly contested. To prevent this from happening, Lafleur stressed that the solution lies in more discipline and preparation. "We've got to start checking with the referees because this has become a problem. It's going to kill us. This is one thing on the defensive side of the ball that we absolutely have to correct. A win could solidify the team's confidence and the fans' trust, while a loss, especially due to avoidable mistakes, could further shake the team's morale." Lafleur and his coaching staff now face the task of fine-tuning the details and preparing the team for one of the most important challenges of the season. The expectation is that the team will take the field more focused, disciplined, and ready to show why the Green Bay Packers are one of the most respected franchises in the NFL. As always, the fans will be there, hoping the team demonstrates not only talent but also determination and the will to overcome challenges. The message is clear: now is the time to correct the mistakes and go for the win. Coach Matt Lafleur, known for his meticulous approach, seems determined to implement immediate changes to ensure these issues are resolved before the next game. One of the strategies he mentioned involves more realistic simulations during practice, with referees on the field to identify and correct potential infractions in real time. This measure could help reinforce the players' situational awareness and minimize the errors that have been occurring with alarming frequency. Additionally, Lafleur emphasized the importance of team leaders taking responsibility for fostering a culture of discipline within the locker room. Players like Rashawn Gary, who recently signed a contract extension and is considered a key piece of the defense, need to use their influence to motivate teammates to raise their level of focus and commitment. "It's not just about what we do in practice. It's about mindset. Every player needs to be aligned with what we expect from them on the field," Lafleur said. Meanwhile, the upcoming matchup against the Lions carries even more weight. Detroit is in excellent form and is currently one of the most consistent teams in the NFL. With an offense led by the efficient Jared Goff and a solid offensive line, the Lions could exploit any gaps left by the Packers' defense. Therefore, every detail, from avoiding penalties to adjusting defensive calls, will be crucial if Green Bay is to have a real chance of emerging victorious. The fans, for their part, are filled with a mix of concern and hope. Many fans point out that despite the mistakes, the team showed resilience in defeating the Dolphins and believe that with some adjustments, the Packers could surprise. However, there are also those who fear these recurring errors might become a pattern that undermines the team's ambitions for the season. Behind the scenes, the front office and coaching staff have been working to reinforce a spirit of unity and resilience within the team. The message is clear: the talent is there, but it will be the disciplined execution that determines the team's fate. Lafleur and his players know the upcoming games will be decisive in keeping playoff hopes alive and, more importantly, in regaining the full confidence of the fans. As the days leading up to the matchup against the Lions pass, the pressure mounts, but so does the expectation that the Green Bay Packers can use this adversity as fuel for a season turnaround. After all, if there's one thing Packers history teaches, it's that this team knows how to rise when things seem darkest. Now, all that remains is to see whether Lafleur's words will translate into a flawless performance in Detroit. As the showdown against the Lions approaches, the focus on training intensifies in Green Bay. Reports suggest that Matt Lafleur has already implemented practical changes, including specific sessions to work on defensive alignment and communication among players on the line of scrimmage. The goal is to recreate game scenarios in minute detail, including pressure situations on third downs and time-sensitive clock simulations. All of this is designed to ensure that when the team hits the field, the errors that have haunted recent games do not repeat. However, the expectation goes beyond technical performance. This game carries significant emotional weight. The Packers face a divisional rival who is having one of its best seasons in years. The Lions, under head coach Dan Campbell, have consistently improved, blending an efficient offense with a defense that knows how to capitalize on opponents' mistakes. This places even more pressure on Green Bay, which will need an almost flawless performance to compete on equal terms. Matt Lafleur knows this is not just another game on the schedule. It's an opportunity to reaffirm the identity of a team that, despite the ups and downs, is still looking to establish itself as a legitimate contender in the NFC. Every game matters, but facing the Lions at a time like this carries extra weight. It's a test of who we are and what we want to be as a team, Lafleur commented in a recent interview. On the other hand, the players seem receptive to the coach's demands. Rashawn Gary, whose penalty against the Dolphins was heavily criticized, showed maturity by admitting that he needs to be more disciplined on the field. "I know how much this costs us as a team. It's about being more focused and not wasting opportunities that can change the game," Gary said. He also assured that he is working hard to ensure that mistakes like that do not happen again. Meanwhile, Packers fans are waiting with a mix of anticipation and anxiety. Many see the game as a turning point for the rest of the season. If we beat the Lions, it could give us the momentum we need for the final stretch. But if we lose, especially because of the same mistakes, it will be hard to keep believing, commented a longtime fan on social media. The statistics don't favor Green Bay on paper. The Lions are among the leaders in offensive efficiency, while the Packers have struggled to find consistency, especially on defense. However, NFL history is full of games where the improbable happened, and the Packers, with their tradition and combative spirit, know how to surprise at the most unexpected moments. With everything on the line, the atmosphere inside Lambeau Field during practice has been one of total focus, mixed with a dose of optimism. Players like Jaire Alexander and Kenny Clark have highlighted the importance of playing as a unit, emphasizing that if everyone does their part, the team has the ability to compete at a high level. "We know what we're capable of. Now it's time to show it," Clark said. With kickoff approaching, all Green Bay has left is to put the words aside and prove on the field that they are still a team to be reckoned with. The performance against the Lions will be more than just a game, it will be a statement. Whether it's to reaffirm the Packers' winning spirit or raise even bigger red flags, this will be a defining moment for Matt Lafleur and his team.